Welcome to the Great Debate Show. I'm your host, your favorite Uncle JJ. This is the Great Debate Show. And as always, Uncle JJ got something to say. AFC North champions. It's official. It's a wrap. Ravens, Steelers, what a game. We had a second half thriller, a fourth quarter thriller. It was boring. It was typical boring AFC football for a minute, and then it actually got good. So, look, it's midnight right now on the East Coast, and it's 9 p.m. on the West. So let's get this thing cracking. Won't take long at all. The Steelers won the AFC North. I said the Ravens would lose, so hey, man, I'm 0 for 3 on the big key games that I went with. I said Carolina would beat the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers just hadn't been winning, and then they won. Tampa Bay beat Carolina. I was wrong. I said the Niners, my Niners, would beat the Seattle Seahawks. I was wrong. The Seahawks dominated my Niners. And tonight I said that I was going Ravens over the Steelers because I thought that it would be the perfect story tomorrow morning that finally the Steelers and Mike Tomlin mutually agreed to part ways. Well, it doesn't look like that's going to happen in the morning because they have a game to prepare for on next Saturday. On Monday night, as they get them an actual day's rest, fitting how that game would be on Monday night. The teams that played tonight, whoever won, would get that extra day. So the Steelers host the Texans in the AFC wildcard game next Monday on Monday Night Football, ESPN, ABC. The Steelers got the win. First, it looked like the Steelers had the game won, and then the kicker missed the extra point. And the Ravens had time. And we knew if they could just make one big play, they're going to get in field goal range and win the game. Lamar Jackson made play after play after play, and it still wasn't enough. As the kicker botched their kick, the field goal to win the game and take them to overtime, take them to the playoffs where they would have hosted the Houston Texans next Monday night. He missed the kick, and that's it. Now, I know fans, trolls, will find a way to still blame Lamar Jackson on how the Ravens lost this game. Lamar Jackson was unbelievable. He looked like exactly what I've been saying that he is for the past 8 years, the best football player in the world. But if we're just talking backyard football, just you're playing a team, you pick your person who got down, they're picking Lamar Jackson first 9 times out of 10. And he looked like that guy. Zay Flowers made some plays. He will make a play every now and then, but he doesn't do it enough. But he did it tonight. But that still wasn't enough because they couldn't get the damn field goal. I got a few questions to ask, like where the hell has Isaiah Likely been? I thought he was injured. He was actually in the game, and he made a big play on 4th and 7, and that still wasn't enough. The Ravens lose. The Steelers win. Aaron Rodgers made great plays. Lamar Jackson made great plays down the stretch, and the kickers just kept nutting up. Luckily, the Steelers got the win. They win 26-24, and yeah, they're on their way to, well, they're staying home. I'm sorry, they're not going anywhere. They get to stay home, and they host the Houston Texans. Now, I, for one, have told you all that I don't think that either one of these teams, whoever wins tonight, was going to win a playoff game or make much noise. Y'all know I'm very high on the Houston Texans, even though their offense is, they look a bit shaky. One minute it looks like they're hitting a stride, and the next minute it doesn't. C.J. Stroud didn't look good today. They had the coach today, and now they got to go on the road to a cold Pittsburgh. I'll give you my predictions in a moment. I don't know who is in and who is out. The Texans really could use Tank Dell right about now, though. The Steelers are coming in this game on an all-time high. They are buzzing right now in the state of Pennsylvania, and I know Steeler fans are happy. I know Steeler fans that told me we're probably going to lose this game, and they actually won it. So congratulations to the Steelers. They win the AFC North, and they're on their way to the AFC wild card. But once again, the Steelers, for the 103rd straight year, they go 10-7, and the question is, are they finally going to win a playoff game? They've been so mediocre. Now, I know I look a little different and I'm kind of squidged up, but y'all got to understand, I'm in a hotel right now. But I still brought my props with me. I got the setup. It don't look quite the same, but it's still here. All right? So what did y'all think of the game? It was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. Can I have your money in the bank? I'll fight you for it. We're going to put it up on the ladder. a much taller ladder, of course. But yeah, we can have a one-on-one match or get some more guys in, and we're gonna have us a good TLC TLC match. Thank you for the compliment, man. This was a crazy game. Steelers is that man. That game was good. I'm surprised. It was a good AFC game. I can't believe it. I really can't. YouTube can't really see my whole body. I kind of got to, move over here and lean over. TikTok over here, I'm live as well. Let me see what TikTok talking about. The Niners are going to put the belt at Philly. Talk about the Jags. I'm going to talk about everybody. Just bear with me. Be patient, brother. This might be the best path for them. Go Cowboys. It's our year. How you feel about Cody? Cody's all right. Bang, bang. Tough setup, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm not even at home, but thank you. Yeah, I brought all this together and set it up in my hotel. People were looking at me like I was crazy when I was checking in. Like, what the hell is this motherfucker doing? What's this nigger doing? I'm a podcaster. Shut the fuck up. Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. Niners gonna beat the Eagles. Riley Leonard is the future. Why was he not being the future instead of 44-year-old Phillip Rivers? That's a good question. Riley Leonard he was smoking today. Almost beat the Houston Texans, the best defense in the league. That was crazy, right? Crazy. So now it looks like the Texans are kind of backpedaling into the playoffs, even though they got the win. They snuck it out. Nobody really thinks the Texans are going to go into Pittsburgh and win after what Pittsburgh just did. The San Francisco 49ers only put up 3 points last night at home against the Seahawks. Nobody thinks the 49ers can go to Philly and beat the Eagles, right? Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks and shout out to the Denver Broncos. They both have the #1 seed, and that means they're not playing this year. They get a bye. Congrats. They both could use it. They both need it. And just hope that they don't get too rusty for the divisional round. All right. What a game again. That was a good game. I can't believe the AFC North at that, gave us a good game. Good thriller. They did save the best for last. It was much better than the Seahawks and the 49ers. At least it was for the 49er fans, because I know we didn't have any fun watching that shit. But it was still a kind of defensive / kind of just boring game. This was much, much better. I hate it for Lamar Jackson, y'all. I feel bad for Lamar. I feel bad for Derrick King Henry. Can we fire John Harbaugh? I've been saying for about a month now, is this the end of an era in Baltimore? Now, even though I said that they would win tonight, I've been saying for weeks now, Baltimore needs to blow this thing up. Hamilton went down. They got more people going in and out of the lineup. I'm like, oh man, the Ravens are about to lose this damn game. But then they started making plays and they started throwing bombs. And I'm like, maybe the Ravens still can win this. But you just kind of knew when they kept dropping bodies, looking like the 49ers, just injury after injury. You just kind of knew that the Ravens were not going to be able to hold up. And the Ravens did not. Aaron Rodgers, 42 years old, is going back to the playoffs for the first time in quite some time. Y'all, I don't want to hold y'all long. It's 12:08 on the East Coast because I'm in the Eastern time zone right now. And luckily for you all, Pacific time, it's only 9:09. But let's get this thing cracking, and I'm going to give you the playoff schedule. I'm sure a lot of you know it. See, there we go. I said it. Somebody's going to find a way to blame Lamar. Somebody says right now, Lamar can't get it done. What the hell was he supposed to do? What did you expect Lamar to do? I mean, he set everything up. He put the food on the plate. He set the dinner. He put the sides and everything around it. He put the gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. He set the plate and he set it on the table. All the kicker had to do was eat the damn food, and he didn't eat. What was Lamar supposed to do? The offensive line has been banged up all year. It's aging. It's not as good. So he didn't get protected well. They don't run the ball enough with Derrick Henry like they should. I mean, just a few plays tonight, a few highlight reels that Lamar Jackson made remind you of how good, it should remind you of how good Lamar Jackson would be if he had a fucking good #1 wide receiver, some good receivers. And don't tell me Zay Flowers is a #1 because he's not. He makes a play every now and then, like every 4 weeks or so. If he had receivers, I forgot they had Isaiah Likely. I didn't know he was on the field. I didn't even know DeAndre Hopkins still played. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? But could you imagine what Lamar Jackson would look like if he had receivers and good coaches? Now, all of a sudden, we talked about Todd Monken running the ball too much. Now he doesn't want to run the ball at all. The pressure is getting to Lamar every damn drop back. Run the ball. I knew people were going to find a way to blame Lamar Jackson. Anyway, congrats to the Steelers. They won. Congrats. Let's give you the playoff schedule. Great game again. Chef's kiss. Mwah. That was good. Okay, so now the Steelers and Texans, Monday night. That's the last game. If it's as good as this one was tonight, I'm okay with them saving that one for last. But we'll see. This ain't going to be the Baltimore Ravens defense, banged up defense, non-tackling asses. I guess you expected Lamar Jackson to tackle the Steelers too. All the tackles that the Ravens were missing tonight. I guess that's Lamar Jackson's fault too, huh? Damn. Man, some of y'all ain't shit. Just honestly, some of y'all ain't shit. Some people just like to talk just to fucking hear themselves talk. Somebody said Lamar can't get it done. What the fuck was Lamar supposed to do tonight? I guess you would have said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers if the Ravens had made the kick like he was supposed to make it. And Aaron Rodgers did his part too in the end, even though it was a slip by a woozy, whatever his name is. Terrible, terrible slip, terrible play, terrible defense. The Lakers still found a way to beat the Grizzlies. I knew the Grizzlies were still going to find a way to lose. The Grizzlies was up 20 at one point, and we know 20-point leads don't mean a damn thing in the NBA now. But my Grizzlies just lost 114 to 120 in LA. I think it's like the second time they played them in like 3-4 nights. Anyway, back to the NFL. The NFL Wild Card Weekend starts off with, is it Buffalo and Jacksonville? I know they play. No, that's Sunday. I'm sorry. Saturday, it starts off with Carolina. Carolina always is the first damn game, right? They telling you they don't think that they're entertaining. They were the first game yesterday, and they are the first game this coming Saturday. The Panthers and the Rams. I told y'all the Falcons were going to win, and so they did. So that got the Panthers in the playoffs, and they are champions of the NFC South. They talk about a team backpedaling into the playoffs. It's the Panthers. And at 8-9, they win the South. Tampa Bay's out, Carolina's in. And I already gave you the NFC scenarios for the most part. I said the Rams would go to Carolina, and I don't think the Panthers are going to beat the Rams a second time this season. Give me the Rams. That's the first game. I think it's at like 4:30 Eastern time. All right. Second game on Saturday is going to be the Patriots. No, I'm sorry. I'm still wrong. I guess I'm ready to talk about these Sunday games. Saturday evening is going to be the, man, somebody help me out. I know the triple header for Sunday. Oh, Chargers. Is it the chart? No, that's Sunday night. Damn. Somebody help me, man. Help me out. Help me out. How y'all doing, Solo? Solo, William Revels, Clips, Shiesty 74. How y'all doing? Hello, hello. Man, I'm a Ravens fan. Can you make me feel like they are actually good? I think it's time to get rid of John Harbaugh. Like I said, whoever loses this game tonight, they need to get rid of their coach. I mean, like the blown leads in the past and present, the missed tackling, them not having a pass rusher because that's what they need. Why don't they have one? Why don't they run the ball enough? Why were they throwing the ball instead of running the ball so much? It's just time. Don't we feel in Baltimore that they've reached their ceiling? If I was a Ravens fan, I would feel like we've reached our ceiling. Like I don't think you can do any more for us than we've already accomplished. 8 years later, John Harbaugh was going to get fired 8 years ago. And then Lamar Jackson became the starter because Flacco was stinking it up. And then Lamar saved John Harbaugh's job. 8 years later, nothing to show for it. Yeah, a few MVPs by Lamar Jackson, the quarterback, but no Super Bowl appearances, no AFC championship wins. Well, that's still no Super Bowl appearances. It's time. I think it's just time. I'm sure they won't do a thing, but I think that either John Harbaugh goes or Lamar Jackson goes. Now, there is reports coming out that the Ravens have started to talk about an extension for Lamar Jackson, but I wouldn't sign it. There's rumors that he doesn't want to be there anymore, and you can tell by his body language, his actions. He didn't want to come back and play, but he did play tonight. Now, I don't know if any of that's true or not. Lamar shut it down, but I think that he's tired of being in cold-ass Maryland, and he wants to go to Florida, his home state, and he wants to be traded to the Miami Dolphins. Or if the Falcons don't rock with Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix Jr., even though I'm hearing they're going to rock with Kirk Cousins, should have did that in the first place then. Maybe they'd be in the playoffs. Maybe they would have won the NFC South. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe he could get traded to Atlanta, but I say Miami or maybe Arizona. I don't know, but I just think somebody has to go. Harbaugh or Lamar. Lamar deserves better, and Harbaugh ain't providing that, or the coaching staff, or the receivers and the talent. It's just we're going to run the ball. We're going to let Lamar put the team on his back, and whatever happens, happens. I get 10, 11 wins. I win the North every other year. I keep my job for another 10 years. Fuck that. It's time to stop it, okay? I don't know how that made you feel, Raven fan, but that's just my honest opinion on them. Okay, let's get on to it. I said Panthers and Rams on Saturday afternoon. Who's Saturday evening? Can anybody help me out now? I'm going to talk about the Niners. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, the Falcons did fire their head coach. Raheem Morris is out. Damn. And they won their last 4 games. How do you fire a coach that won the last 4 straight? Kirk Cousins was the answer, probably. I mean, let's just run it back next year. We still got Kyle Pitts. We still got Drake London. We got B. John Robinson. They have finally hit their stride offensively. And that pass rush is going to be better next year. We just got to just keep adding on in the draft and have a better free agency. Let's run this thing back. But no. Arthur Blank fired the head coach and the general manager just hours after those late games ended. I mean, the players, Kirk Cousins was just getting out the shower. And the motherfuckers were fired. Just like that. Forgot to break that news. There will be a lot of more firings probably tomorrow. Could Mike McDaniel with the Miami Dolphins be another one? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Y'all help me out. Who plays Saturday night again? Is it Jacksonville and Buffalo? No, they play first on Sunday. The Eagles and 49ers in the middle. They play Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening. And then the late game is the Jags and the Patriots and the Chargers. And as I said, Monday night, it's the Ravens, the Steelers and the Texans. I'm lost on who's Saturday night, though, y'all. I done forgot. Seahawks have a bye. Broncos have a bye. I'm missing an AFC team. Who am I missing? Oh, my God. I told you 5-4. I told you 6-3. 2-7 is Saturday. It must be another NFC team. NFC game. Bears, Packers. I'm sorry. The Bears and Packers are Saturday night. My apologies. Thank you, North Fork. Yeah, so Rams at Panthers first. Give me the Rams. Now, I know I said that people better watch it if the Panthers do make the playoffs because they do get turnovers. They will intercept the ball here or there. Stafford used to be known for giving a few interceptions, but this hadn't been the season. He's having more of an MVP season. I would love for the Panthers to upset the Rams. Oh, wouldn't I? But I doubt it. I'm taking the Rams, mainly because they lost to them earlier in this, not that long ago. What was it, like a month ago? The Rams have been reeling, but they got some of their swagger back today beating the Cardinals. And they did beat the Cardinals, didn't they? Yeah, they beat the Cardinals. And I'm going to take the Rams over the Panthers. And then the Saturday night game is, I just said it, the Packers and the Bears. This is a tricky game for me because even though the Bears are number 2, we know the Packers really aren't a number 7 seed. They just kind of, hit the brick wall because of the injuries. Michael Parsons, the biggest one. Jordan Love was in concussion protocol. They got a few things not working in their favor right now, but the Packers still, don't get it twisted, the Packers can still beat the Bears. They both split in their regular season meetings. I don't know how. Thank you, Mr. Perkins. He said that Money in the Bank briefcase is fire. I get so many compliments on this briefcase, man. It's either the briefcase or Big Gold. I don't know which one they like the most, but thank you. I'll fight you for it. Let's get a taller ladder. You get some more guys, about 5 or 6 guys. We can do it. We can do it. Good old TLC match. I want to say the Bears win this game because the Packers are just kind of banged up and they don't have that relentless pass rush that they would have had, that championship level defense with Michael Parsons. They don't have that. Now, the Packers did sign Trey Diggs. I don't know how big of a factor he will be. But the Bears led the league this year in forced turnovers, didn't they? All the interceptions. They bend but don't break on defense, but they somehow get turnovers. So I'm going to go with the Bears Saturday night over the Packers. But if the Packers won this game, they would have to go to Seattle. And then the winner of the Niners and Eagles, they would go to Chicago. I'm sorry, Chicago would be out. The winner of the Niners and Eagles would end up having to go to, the Rams would host a game if the Niners won, or the Eagles would host the Rams in the divisional round. But I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm going to go with the Rams. So that is the second seed team winning on Saturday night over 7. And I've got the 5th seed Rams beating the 4th seed Panthers. Now, moving on to Sunday, it's a triple header. And this is going to be the best day, in my opinion. Packers and Bears will be good Saturday night, kind of. But, it ain't quite the same without Micah and all that. But the last Saturday night game we saw a few weeks ago was a great one. Hope they can repeat that. Sunday, Jaguars and Bills. The Bills are number 6, and the Jaguars are number 3. The Jaguars, people are telling me, are a good team. They saying, Jay, Uncle Jay, you got to stop tripping. Stop disrespecting Jacksonville. They are really contenders. I've been saying they're pretenders. Now, they beat my team earlier this year, and they looked damn good doing it. But I just ain't seen the Jacksonville Jaguars really beat anybody good. Damn, that's a good, solid team, and they beat them. I think they've kind of beat up on a bunch of teams that are kind of on their way out. One foot in the graveyard and another one on a banana peel. I don't really know how many games they've got that are really, in my opinion, solid. They're stamped. I don't know. If they can win this, cool. The Bills are not a good team. I've said that all season long. They're only going as far as Superman. Mr. Josh Allen can take them. But that is still Superman. So if he puts his cape on, which he will, it's not even going to be cold outside in Jacksonville, Florida. Y'all, I'm not taking the Jaguars. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Bills for the upset. It's hard to even say the Bills beating the Jags is an upset, but because the Bills ain't got no receivers, they ain't got nothing with Josh Allen and James Cook that looks like an upset. It sounds like it. So even though Jacksonville is the overall better team, I know they are. They are. Not trying to discredit the Jags. And if they win this game, I'm going to put some respect on their name. But I'm not taking them. Don't be a loser. Become a Jaguars fan. I'm gonna take the Bills to upset the Jaguars, number 6 over number 3, and that's just the way I see it. I think this is gonna be a game that Josh Allen just has to get. He can put the team on his back. This is his year. No Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. No Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I know the team isn't as good as it has been in the past, but he is as good as it gets, and he's playing some of his best football. And the Houston Texans is the only team that's really just made him look like, woo, because they were on his ass. Houston and Denver are the only 2 teams that I'll have to just really think about it before I say Josh Allen's losing. I got the Texans or the Bills in the Super Bowl, so I can't pick against the Bills right now. I'm sorry. This could be Josh Allen's time. Give me the Bills over Jacksonville. Then the next game at 4:30 Eastern is the San Francisco 49ers, my Niners, who just got humiliated. Even though they only lost by 10, it felt like they lost by 30 because they were dominated against the Seattle Seahawks. Congrats to the Seahawks. They put their boots to our asses, okay? Again, we did not have all of our studs. We have not had all of our studs all season long. So there's really no need to brag about beating the 49ers. You're beating a banged-up, crippled team. But that's neither here nor there. We lost. Now we have to go to Philadelphia instead of host everybody in the playoffs with the number 1 seed. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a good team. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. And at any given time, all they have to do is snap back just like that. And they're defending Super Bowl champions. They're back-to-back champions. They can do that. They're still got the best roster in the league. Hands down. No debate. The problem is they haven't played like that. I told y'all this morning. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm more comfortable with my Niners being number 6 in the NFC versus being number 1. Reason being, well, we finished 3rd in the NFC West. That means we don't have to play the strongest, toughest strength of schedule next season, which we would have if we had to finish number 1 in the West and the number 1 seed. We would have got to play all the best teams from the previous season. Now we get to play the 3rd best teams in those respective divisions, and I'm all right with that, because this year we played the worst teams in the divisions because we finished at the bottom. This year we finished almost at the bottom, but we actually got 12 wins. I'm cool with that. If we lose in Philly, that's what everybody expects. We're 1 and done, so what? It's better to be 1 and done at the number 6 seed than to be 1 and done as the number 1 seed. I'm still saying we're going to beat Philadelphia, though, in the upset. Y'all, if Jalen Hurts continues to try to prove to everybody that he can throw the football, if he tries to keep forcing it to A.J. Brown, if they don't block well for Saquon Barkley, which they haven't done all season, he's on the Madden cover. It's always like that, it seems. I just don't think the Eagles are going to be the 2024 Eagles. They seem more like the 2023 Eagles. I've been saying that for over a month now. Am I being a little biased when I say this? Yes, I'll admit it, even though I'm one of the most unbiased podcasters that you all know. I'm sure of that. That's why y'all follow me. That's why y'all watch me. Follow the Great Debate Show on all social media platforms. But I think that the 49ers got a chance to win this game because the Eagles' defense is solid, but it's not as good as Seattle's defense. And y'all, as good as Seattle was last night against us, we still had chances to win that game. If Ricky Pearsall comes back, if Trent Williams comes back, we can put points up on the Eagles defense. We're going to punt, but we're not going to punt every damn time like we did against the Seahawks on Saturday night. And as far as the flip side, well, Unc, your defense sucks. How are you going to stop the Eagles? What is there to stop? They haven't been doing anything. And I'm not throwing shade at the Eagles. If they snap back out of it, like I said, just like that, they're the best team in the world. But they haven't done it. Now, this is a good damn defense to get your swagger back. Don't get me wrong. And I can definitely see them scoring 30. But if the 49ers can find a way to score that 40, like I told you all, we can beat anybody if we can put up 40. The problem is our defense is so bad we have to put up 40. Somehow, some way. Nobody's going to bet on the 49ers, so I'm picking us to win this game. Somehow, some way. Everybody's betting on the Eagles. We're reeling. We look bad. We only put up 3 points Saturday night. Why would anybody with any common sense in their right mind bet on the 49ers to beat the Eagles on the road? I would. And that's for the very reasons of what I just said. Watch out. This is where you can win you a little change. This is when you can hit you a little lick. Because the first 2 weeks of the NFL playoffs is so damn unpredictable in the NFL. And I think that this weekend coming up, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I'm predicting all the 5th seed teams and all the 6th seed teams to win in both conferences, the AFC and the NFC. That's right, I said it. I just said the Rams are beating the Panthers. That's a 5th seed team. I said that the Bills will beat the Jaguars. That's a 6th seed team. I said that the 49ers will beat the Eagles. That's a 6th seed team. And I'm going with the Texans to beat the Steelers on Monday. That's a 5th seed team. The only teams that I have winning this coming weekend, as far as the high seeds go, are the 2s. The Patriots over the Chargers and the Bears over the Packers. Those are the only 2 that I can see happening. And I ain't gonna lie to you. The Packers can upset the Bears, and the Chargers can upset the Patriots. They've got a nasty, good, solid defense. I just don't know what they'll do offensively because Justin Herbert doesn't have a lot of weapons, not a lot of talent, and they've been so banged up. And they don't look good in the cold on the East Coast. This is a team coming all the way from LA, so I'll say the Patriots win. But it's not a long shot for the Chargers to upset the Patriots. Just wanted to put that out there. But I'll go with the number 2 seeds to win. Bears beat the Packers. Patriots beat the Chargers. Outside of that, I'm taking all upsets. Why or how would the Texans beat the Steelers? They've got the best defense in football. Point blank period. Yeah, the Steelers are getting DK Metcalf back, and I know he's happy right now because, man, I was going to clown his ass if the Ravens won this game tonight. I was going to put it all on him. You stupid MFer. You got yourself suspended 2 games, and now your team misses the playoffs because you were not on the field to help your offense out. They bailed him out. Congrats. They're going. But Aaron Rodgers does not do well under pressure, though, y'all. Y'all have saw that. He only looks like the same Aaron Rodgers again when you give him that pocket and that space. And he's got good pocket presence, and he's just got a clean pocket, and ain't nothing going on. He can still show you signs and flashbacks of the old AR. But he can't move, really. You see that. It has to be like, he got one scramble, but it's like, There was another play where you were like, damn, the old Aaron Rodgers would have got that first down, but this Aaron Rodgers cannot. There's no TJ Watt on the Texans defense, but they got a collective few of guys like Will Anderson Jr. and them boys that are going to get to Aaron Rodgers. And I just think that even though the Texans offense is not all that, I think they'll just need to make a play or two, and I think they'll be fine. I think the Texans defense gets a few turnovers. They may score off of some of those turnovers, and that's going to be the deciding factor. Look, if the Steelers win, congratulations. Mike Tomlin finally gets a playoff win. That'll be good. But I've been too high on the Texans right now to turn back now and say they're not going to win. I thought that they would cook the Ravens, and I think that they'll win a close one against the Steelers. And that's how I'm going to call it. I'm sure you do doubt it, Smooth. Steelers Nation, that's why you doubt it, of course. I'm going to say it's going to be 10 straight years that the Steelers go without a playoff win. And maybe still we can get that divorce that's been so long overdue with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not because Tomlin deserves to be fired, but because it's just probably time for a new change of scenery for him. I can see Mike Tomlin getting hired by the Atlanta Falcons, like next week. Arthur Blank is going to try to make a splash. And he said he was making big changes, and he ain't bullshitting. Raheem Morris is out. The general manager is out. And I could see the Falcons or the New York Giants bringing in Mike Tomlin if they lose this game once again and not get a playoff win. And if they don't, it's the same old mediocrity. I'm going Texans. Would I love for Mike Tomlin to get this win? Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, I would. I still fuck with Aaron Rodgers. It's just, he gets on my damn nerves sometimes. But the Texans got the best defense in the league, y'all. That has to count for something. And C.J. Stroud in that offense, I think they'll make enough plays. Yes, it's going to be cold. And yes, this is a down south team. But the Texans always win the wild card games. They just always do somehow, some way. Give me all the number 5 seed teams and all the number 6 seed teams. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, man, it's going to be real good on your parlay if you hit them, though. So, yeah, that's it for me. Rams over the Panthers Saturday. Bears over the Packers Saturday night. Bills over the Jags Sunday afternoon. Niners upsetting the Eagles in Philadelphia. Nobody's going to see that shit coming. But again, y'all know the Eagles ain't good. Y'all been telling me for the past 2 months Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. So how do we not have a chance? We got a chance in hell, don't we? Slim, but we do have a chance. I'm taking the Niners over the Eagles. And Saturday night, Patriots, Chargers. I almost went with that 7 seed because I love the upsets. Y'all know that. But I'm going to go with the 2s, and I'm going to say the Patriots get that win. And then Monday night, Texans and Steelers. I hope it's as good as tonight was, but I'm going with the Houston Texans. And if that happens, then the Texans as a 5th seed are going to go to, I think they'll go to New England next to play the number 2 Patriots. And the Bills, if they upset the Jags, they're number 6, they would go to Denver. And I think Josh Allen will go into Mile High and beat the Broncos too. And that's how I got the Bills and the Texans in the AFC Championship. Because, yes, I think the Texans defense can beat the Patriots too. Why? The Patriots got a few holes in their defense now. Their offense is cooking. And they got some guys coming back off IR, Will Campbell and all them boys. They're going to turn up Saturday night. But in the divisional round, if they advance, y'all going to see some of the holes that I'm talking about on the defense. They've got them. And offensively, when they can't do what they want to do, and they won't be able to do like they really want to do against Houston, you'll see what I mean. I got Bills and Texans in the AFC Championship. I know it sounds crazy right now, but I'm telling y'all, This is when I kind of shine in the playoffs. Y'all probably wasn't watching me or listening to me on Spotify. This is the first time we've kicked it for the whole NFL season since I've been doing this social media stuff. But y'all bear with me now. Y'all will see. Bills-Texans AFC Championship game. I think the 49ers and the Rams are in the NFC Championship game. And it starts with us beating Philly first. Yes, Philly is a good team, but how confident have you been in the Eagles lately? They beat the Commanders and the Raiders, and that's it. And they beat the Bills, barely. They ain't beat anybody to have you thinking like, oh, the Eagles are back. Even if they beat the Niners on Sunday like they should, as they should, you're just going to say, well, the Niners suck. So let's just let everybody keep saying we suck. Let's stay under the radar. I like it when it's like this. Nobody predicts us to win. It's going to be Eagles, 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 Eagles all across the board when you watch these guys and these stupid NFL analysts make their picks. That's when that team wins, when nobody picks them. Remember the other night when everybody said Georgia, 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 and Ole Miss tapped that ass? I wanted to pick Ole Miss. I said, I guess Georgia will win. Who was watching me live when I said, I guess Georgia wins? But Alabama's not going to beat Indiana, and they got smoked, dragged through the mud. I almost said Ole Miss would win, and that's what we got, Ole Miss in Miami. Who knew? If everybody picks Philly to win, they're going to lose. And I don't think anybody's picking the Niners. That's another reason why I'm taking them. It'll be a great parlay if you put the Bills, the 49ers, the Texans, and who else did I say again? The Rams. Put all of them on your parlay. I'm missing one. You've got you a good one. That's going to turn out good because the Niners is a big plus. The Texans is somewhat of a plus. All of these are going to be pluses. Except for the Bears and the Patriots. Maybe you could try to point spread on that, but I wouldn't play with that. But I'm going to show it to y'all. I'm going to win. I'm going to hit. Yeah, Sunday's going to be a good day. Anyway, Texans not built for the playoffs, says bold like you know. Usually the teams that we think are not built for the playoffs are the teams that upset a few teams, y'all. Don't put your money on these teams that are going into the playoffs hot. I'm telling you. Seattle's probably going to be one and done. See, everybody's saying Seahawks-Broncos is the Super Bowl rematch. Why? Because they're both number one seeds? Nah. The 49ers are going to go to Seattle and beat them in the divisional round. I know that sounds ludicrous right now. I know you want to break out the drug test for me. But I don't think this stuff is real. I'm not giving you these predictions off of real football and X's and O's. Understand that. This is theories that I'm coming up with on how they write scripts and stage this shit because it's all staged. It just is. I told y'all why the Steelers didn't beat the Cleveland Browns last week. It wasn't because they didn't want Myles Garrett to break the record. It was because they wanted tonight to get all the ratings. This game had to mean something. That's it. You don't have to believe me. As LeVar Burton used to say on Reading Rainbow, you don't have to take my word for it. Yeah, I am. That's what they call me, delusional. Let's see how delusional I am in a couple of weeks. Dimples50 said anything goes in the playoffs. 49ers split with the Rams. Rams got beat by Mac Jones. LOL. That is true. Niners all day, every day. What's up, Thomas? Bang, bang, brother. Okay, y'all. I ain't reading all that stuff. Y'all ain't doing nothing but hating anyway and talking shit. Thank you all to the ones who've been watching me and, kicking it with me from day one. And thank you to all the people who actually have something nice to say. I don't have time to read it. I missed a lot of the comments. I just wanted to get this out. It's late as fuck. And it's like 12:40 right now on the East Coast. So I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I'm rooting for you against the Eagles for obvious reasons. Okay. Who's your team? You around? Oklahoma Sooners. Okay. Chargers or Patriots? I already said the Patriots, but I'm telling you, man, I almost went with 5, 6, and 7. All the 5th, 6th, and 7th seed teams win, but I know that would have been a little too asinine. So I'm going to go with the 2s to beat the 7s, but I damn near wanted to go with both of the 7 seed teams in the NFC and the AFC to beat the 2s. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the Chargers can beat the Patriots. The Patriots got a hole in their defense. But the Chargers just so banged up, and they never quite got the running game going like they wanted to. Justin Herbert don't really have anybody getting open for him. Keenan Allen is kind of, he's up there in the age. So I'm going to say the Bears and the Patriots win. Those are the only 2 teams that I expect to win when it comes to the higher seeds. Give me 5 and give me 6. The 5th seed teams and the 6th seed teams all win. That's all I got to say. Y'all have a good night. I will be happy for the Steelers if they do win. I would be. But I'm a huge DeMeco Ryan guy, former 49er defensive coordinator. I want him and C.J. Stroud to really go deep in the playoffs this time. They've been wild card, both years since they've been together. The first 2 seasons, it's always been wild card and then lose in the divisional round. Wild card, lose in the divisional round. For some reason, I think the 3rd time is the charm. They can actually get past that damn past that divisional round and get to the AFC Championship game. I think for the 49ers to win a Super Bowl, my theory says Kyle Shanahan beats DeMeco Ryan. Like student professor. We owe the Texans a win now because they whooped our ass earlier in the season. So did Jacksonville. So I wouldn't mind seeing either one of them in the Super Bowl if we could get there. It's a tough road for us, but I think we can do it. If we can get past Philly, we're going to Seattle, more than likely, because the Rams are going to beat the Panthers, and the Rams are going to go to Chicago. They're a 5th seed team. We're 6th, so we would have to go play the highest remaining seed, and that's the Seahawks. We have beaten the Seahawks in Seattle. I know they beat us, and they dominated us Saturday night, but damn, y'all, we beat them this year too now. I like our chances playing them a 3rd time when we split versus us playing them for a 3rd time and we swept them in the regular season. We wouldn't beat them a 3rd time. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I think we beat the Eagles wild card weekend. We go to Seattle when we beat the Seahawks divisional round weekend. And then we're going to play the Rams and we're going to get that. We're going to win that split too. We're going to break that time, beat them in the championship game in SoFi Stadium, a.k.a. Levi South. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm delusional. Good night. Y'all have a good one. Until we yeet again. I'll come back tomorrow after Monday Night Monday Night Raw. Let's see if it's any better. Y'all be safe and y'all have a terrific Tuesday because it's already early Tuesday right now. Do I believe in the Commanders if they have a good draft again and they can protect their quarterback? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Steelers Nation. I got you. Steelers Nation. Okay, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Peace. Follow The Great Debate Show on all social media platforms because you never know when your favorite unk might pop back up. Until then, peace.